Okay. I think we're live. Yeah, why do I keep hearing myself?
Yeah.
Oh, should I wait? Huh. Yeah, me too. I'm confused. Wait. It has to be something. Uh, yeah. Wait. Monitor and output. Yep. But it's already monitor off. Yeah, I don't know why. Am I? Wait. Wait. Um wait. Okay. Yeah, figure it out. Oh my god, it was your stream. It's your stream. Because I was listening to your stream. Now I'm muted. I muted your stream. Now I'm fine. What? It's awful? Oh my god. Well. But I can hear myself really well on YouTube. Am I? Oh. Bro, oh yeah. Okay. Now I think it's working. No. Oh no, bro. Okay. So now, what about now? Bro, I didn't I don't understand. Like I have just the desktop and the mic on. Literally, that's all I have. The rest is all muted. Okay, but I don't understand. Like yes, I mean it's off. Okay, can you mute your Streamlabs one? Oh no, wait, no, wait, you definitely unmuted yourself here. Oh. Okay, let me show you what is happening. So you can help me troubleshoot because I don't understand what is happening, okay? Yes. Okay. How? I'm showing you. How? Yeah, I'm here. There's no. But I'm muted. Uh. Okay. What do you want me to? Bro. Ugh. All right, fine. Okay. Sorry for all the problems, the technical difficulties. Okay, sorry. Um. So and also Yuki. So, thank you everybody for coming in our stream today. We will be discussing plenty of topics, which are Gojo versus Makima. We're gonna be discussing some Kagura Bachi news, some anime news, some One Piece news regarding Greenbull, a lot of things on the menu today. And but first off, I think we wanted to start with Greenbull, right? Oh, the death battle. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, death battle. Oh, sorry. No, but we. Anyways, just give me a second. Yeah. All right. Let me. Yeah. Let me switch to our stream room. Yes. Oh, well, you need to re-share your thing. Yeah. Thank you. Wait. Who can? Yeah. Okay, it's done. It's turned on.
Oh my god. I
Cool.
can't. Yo. Mate.
Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm
Teammate,
trying.
it's because she muted the desktop audio and not the collab cam, and she doesn't know how to mute herself on the collab cam, so she muted all the desktop audio. Oh my gosh. All right, teammate. Eventually, we're gonna go through so I can show you how to mute it. But
all right.
I'm gonna switch my thing. We're gonna go look at this, and we'll just watch it then.
Yeah.
All right. Gojo versus Makima. Just have it like this. All right, ready?
Cool.
All right. So death battle. And we're gonna play this really fast.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people have disagreed with this. But I have not watched it yet specifically to watch it on stream. All right, cool. So they're just going over curse technique right now, and now let's see what they have for Gojo, right? All right, so this is all the techniques that they're saying Gojo has. They has limitless. He can bring forth infinity, levitation, transportation. His 6 eyes. Okay. Reversal red, hollow purple, and then his barrier techniques, his simple domain. Okay. So this is everything that they kind of do, and then I think they go through and explain some of his feats that he has. So shifted the world balance, did all of this stuff. All right. Then there's another ad, and now we're going into Makima's stuff. So let's see. And all right, so they go on her control, works on any being she perceives as inferior, can manifest his power through the form of chains, can use telekinesis, death rituals, superhuman senses, halo, portal creation, damage, and transference. All right, and then we have some of her feats right here, and some of the devils that she has underneath her, which is a lot. All right. And then they have some of her feats over here as well, where they have manipulated the world's nations, regenerated multiple limbs, and then this is the thing that we're really looking for. We're looking for the very end. So let's go play it, and we'll see who actually wins then, and then we'll all both give our opinions.
Yes.
But gotta kill you instead. Can't just let a curse do as they please.
I put the sound, but
all right. Yeah, I would turn down the sound, but
yeah, I turned it off because like it's 2 times speed, so we don't understand anything.
No, it's okay. This is so we don't get like shooted by copyright.
Can't believe somebody actually did an animation about this.
That's
Like,
how Death Battle does it.
I know, but it's still like it's impressive, you know.
It is kind of impressive.
He used red.
All right.
Oh, she's calling the devil.
Mm.
Oh, did he use purple? Or his domain
All
extension?
right. So he used his own.
Okay, yeah, purple.
And they said Gojo win. I figured that they would say Gojo would win,
But
I
I
don't
feel,
think that's the case.
ooh, okay. I feel like, I feel like yeah. I don't know if I agree to it too. But I'll let you go first.
All right, I'll be completely honest. I feel like people who think that a single domain expansion is going to take out Makima have not been reading the story of Chainsaw Man. I'll be completely honest. Especially given the fact that as doubles, especially Makima, she already has because the big thing about Infinity is that it gives you basically like everything and nothing, right? With like in terms of knowledge. I feel like that's not gonna really work on a devil. Like devils and curses aren't very similar. They're both like technically bad, but I mean like I feel like that's just not feasible. Like it's not going to be at one single domain expansion. And if you guys think a single one works, I feel like rereading rereading Chainsaw Man and JJK is going to kind of tell you otherwise. Especially with the control that Makima has, like she's not going to be taken out by a single one, right? Especially with of the amount of devils that she has underneath her. Like she's going to be able to find a way out. Given the fact that that Makima has this like telekinesis, and that they were right, that can bypass his infinity, which is true. It's going to be a far harder battle. But go ahead, Hime. Go ahead and say your piece.
You know, like I think that it's really at the beginning, even me before researching Makima's abilities, I thought that Gojo would win just because of like, you know, all of his abilities. You know, he has his unlimited void domain, he has limitless, his curse techniques, blue, red, purple. Literally nobody can get close to him, and he can also use his reverse technique to heal himself. So looking at all of these things, the fact that he can distort time, like you would think that he would win, but just from the fact that Makima can literally just control people by looking at them is already overpowered. So of course, yes, it has to be from people like who are like, you know, lower ranked than her, and Gojo is not supposed to be lower ranked than her. So it would take just like, you know, a little like moment of hesitation of him thinking that, oh, she's maybe stronger than him, and she would just be able to like control him. So that's where like I think that it gets a bit hard to see like, oh, would that happen or not? You know?
Yeah, it's wasn't it also the fact that hold up, let me see. So let's see, because I know we have like a big thing of Makima's moves. Yeah, I'll be honest. So let's say that Gojo's domain expansion is an instant kill. Why even use Hollow Purple then at that point, right? Like, and then they said that it just completely destroys Makima. Like, it's not gonna completely destroy Makima. They literally showed her multiple times, even in this battle, like regenerating. Bro, like what is this?
Yeah, she can use devils abilities, and one of them I actually have it. One of them is I forgot his name, but he can also heal himself. So she would be able to heal herself because of like the devil she can command. Sorry, my dog is just being really like too playful right
you're
now.
Okay.
I think let me see here. And also, like, people tend to forget that she can use a lot of devils. Like, I don't know why inside of that video they didn't show, like, she can use the angel devil that, like, has, like, that can absorb lifespan and also create, like,
yeah,
create weapons out of lifespan. She can also control the future devil, the snake devil, the punishment devil, the spiral devil, and the zombie devil. Like, he's not showing that. She can, like, literally just call them out.
Yeah, and Serena in chat makes an absolutely fantastic point. She would just transfer the damage to a Japanese citizen. I also think the fact that a lot of humans, they don't have a lot of knowledge in them, but like number one, Makima is a devil, right? Unlimited Void isn't going to stun lock her the same way it didn't stun lock Sukuna. Like if it's just an instant like stun lock on anybody who goes in, like Gojo would just win, right? Like every single battle he's in. It really is directly controlled to like how resistant and resilient somebody's mind is.
Yeah.
And especially looking at like Makima and her mind, it's not like an instant stun lock. And I feel like anybody who says that is being a little facetious. But it's, I mean, this battle they show like Gojo just being able to use everything and nothing working. Like I mean, like Angel, he couldn't even touch Angel. So as soon as Angel gets into the battle, it would be incredibly harder. And you're right, Kibe. They didn't bring up any of these other devils.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just. I mean, you have Future Devil.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not saying Gojo wouldn't win. I'm just saying that like I feel like he didn't show all of Makima's abilities. Like he showed almost all of Gojo's abilities in that video. Like literally he showed like, you know, Limitless, blue, red, purple, probably reverse technique as well, like Infinity. Like he showed everything, but I feel like for I feel like for Makima they didn't show everything. And again, I'm not saying
which is the issue with Death Battle a lot, where they have somebody that they clearly want to win because they're more popular. And you'll see it in here. You'll see people say like, "Oh well, Gojo wins because he's stronger," and it's like, if Gojo wasn't as popular as he is, I feel like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, they left out a lot for Makima," and I feel like especially if you're like, "Oh no, this was totally showing how Makima fights," like. Makima didn't even fight Chainsaw Man at first. She literally just set other devils off. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god. I didn't notice. Sorry for the YouTube. Ragnar has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Ragnar. You're the best. Always, always. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just noticed. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's kind of it's kind of unfair when he didn't show all of the abilities. But I'm not saying I would think that Gojo is able to beat her, of course, if he doesn't think for a second that she's stronger than him.
That's another thing where it's like, it's like especially with the way that Makima is as a character, like it would be very difficult. Especially for Gojo with the current chapter. Like, I know a lot of people don't want to say it, but Gojo quite literally admitted that he was inferior to Sukuna while fighting him. And a second of that is going to spell disaster for Gojo. Like, as soon as you think you're inferior, like, Makima is able to control you. And we see this in Chainsaw Man. Like, she is insane. And I feel like a lot of people don't give Makima her props.
I think... Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, especially when we're talking about like domain expansions, at this point you'd have to do like cross-verse scaling, right? Like you can't just be like, oh well, domain expansion, she has nothing to work against it, right? Because in reality, that's just not how it's gonna work. Like you're gonna be able to resist it. And I would say that especially when there have been multiple other devils in her control, and like Maki's been around forever, like it's not just gonna instant stun lock her. Also, a single hollow purple isn't going to take Makima out. Damage is going to be pushed to other people, and also the fact that Gojo is killing innocent people as he's going, it's going to be very difficult. Thank you so much, Ragnar. It's going to be very difficult for Gojo to really do it, especially if Makima just says like, "How many people have you killed, bro?" And these things are going to be the mental game that Makima plays. So it's definitely not this easy fight that everybody is doing. And I feel like a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, this is the feat the character has." It's like, yeah, but you have to think about how this battle's actually going to go. Death battles never do that. Death battles always picks the most popular person. If Makima was the most popular person, Makima would have won it. But Gojo is obviously more popular, so he's going to win with death battles. But yeah, it's a lot closer than people are going to admit.
Yeah, I would think like it's like from like, you know, it's like, I would say it could go 50-50 to be honest. It really depends on their mental state and what they use, what they know about each other, you know, like it's... again, it's really hard to just like be like, oh, Gojo for sure. No, like it depends, because Makima works a lot on your mental, and like Gojo, we have seen him that he was able to be shaken. So let's say that Makima knows what can shake Gojo's mental, and she used that against him during the fight. instantly she can manipulate him. So like it really depends. Like I think it's a bit unfair to just be like, oh, for sure it's one of them. If it's gotta depend on the context, the factors, and of course I would believe that Gojo can still win and Makima could win depending on what happens.
Yeah, somebody said that Death Battles had Asta over Deku. Sometimes the gap is just too hard for them. But there have been multiple times where they've just chosen the more popular character. I remember the Asta versus Deku one, and I remember people were like, "This is so one-sided. Like with feats, it wouldn't even be fair if they did it the other way." So that's why they have to. I feel like Death Battle does a very good job. Their videos are very nicely structured, but at the same time, like they're gonna do it so that the majority of people watch their video and aren't mad, right? So they're gonna go with the most popular one. And although like My Hero is very popular, so is Black Clover. Like Black Clover, especially the anime, is very popular. So it's not like it was like too big of a stretch. But very clearly, Gojo is the more popular character than Makima, right? Like that's why they had it so one-sided. She didn't use any of her devils. She didn't do any of the damage transfer, right? Like so like she didn't bring out Angel or any of their other doubles that she was doing, like Quan Chi. I mean, like there's a lot. Like, what about Halloween, bro?
But
What if Quan Chi is able to bring out like other devils and she's able to bring out like Halloween? Like, how is Gojo going to do that? Isn't what's the Halloween girl's name?
I
Isn't that,
totally
like,
forgot.
yeah, bro, isn't that like the same thing as Gojo's like infinite void, like the stun lock? So like
Yeah.
and would anybody think that Makima would lose to her just or get stunned by her? I don't think so. I feel like especially the Control Devil being one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, right? Like they're like those are like the four strongest devils in the verse. I feel like she isn't going to be shaken just because of looking through infinity. I mean like especially with like that cycle of rebirth and stuff. Arguably it's it's a better version of the infinite void. I would agree, and I think especially because like Makima has that control over it's not Quan Chi, it's Quan Chi. I totally forgot her name, bro. She has all those devils.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
pronounce it, but it's
I
the
know who
Q
you're
one. You
talking
guys know
about.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's not as one sided as a lot of people think, and I feel like especially if you think it's one sided, it's like
I would think that like if he immediately used his domain expansion, she would have to like try to run away while using one of her devils to like be able to transport herself from Earth to Hell, which she can do, by the way. That's her ability. So like there's always counter to everything. So she has to like know. That's the
but
thing.
she also can look into the future too with the future
Yeah,
devil, right?
yeah, she can look into
So
the future
she
too.
would see the infinite void coming, even if, and she could dodge that by going into hell, right?
So she said, she got her own harem, living my dream.
Bro, those panels were my entire
Crazy.
life, bro.
And also, I want to say something. So, like, yeah, people would be would be saying, "How my favorite girl?" Oh, thank you. So people would say, like, yeah, oh, he can put his domain expansion, and then she would like be overwhelmed by the information. But again, she can see in the future that he would do that, or she can just escape it by going to like literally hell because she can travel. And also, there's something that I want to say that like if she sees in the future that she's going to like let's say fight Gojo, she can do just her ritual which is like having victims and using them as sacrifices to just kill him by distance. She can literally do that too, like
as soon as she knows his name, like she could technically escape and go down. Like I'm not saying she would, but I am saying like
she could.
She does have escape methods. Like, and as we know, even in a domain expansion, you can get through from the outside, meaning if she summoned people from the outside to break it, they could just break it for her.
Yeah, no, it's just she can control. She can control people, and she can control all animals. So she can literally control people from the outside, so they could do anything. And also, it was a known fact that she can hear anybody from anywhere on Earth, even through hell, from like small animals or small beings. So like she has control over everything, even if she is like in a domain.
And if she gets hit by something, she also has the damage transfer, if you remember. So like innocent Japanese citizens would die.
Yeah.
So like I said, like even if you think Gojo wins, it's not a very easy battle. Like they showed this as if like Gojo was just like one reverse technique and it's over. Like this would be a battle that would be insane. And the issue is that a lot of people aren't bringing it up is, will Gojo stop hurting Makima once he realizes that he's killing all of the Japanese population? How many times
Ooh.
like how many times is this going to happen? Like the only reason that Chainsaw Man was able to beat Makima is because Chainsaw Man has a special ability, right? Like Chainsaw Man can eat devils and destroy them, and he literally like ate her. Like actually ate her. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more difficult. So
Mm-hmm.
will Gojo lose his moxie like how he did in the fight against
It.
Sukuna? I think that especially if he's knowing he's killing innocent people, like
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be a big like fight of like mental states.
yeah.
Really, and as we can see, Makima mental state is never shaken. Never have been shaken ever. But Gojo's mental state have been shaken plenty of times because he
Yeah.
cares more about things, about human
Yeah.
lives and about some ghetto. So like, if she uses that against him, she's winning. If she doesn't, yes, he can win. So it
Also,
really
hollow
depends.
purple negating durability does not mean that it negates powers. This isn't Asa's anti magic, right? Like we can't just say it. Um, Infinity would leave Makima vegetated, meaning her contracts wouldn't work. I don't think that that's the case. Number one, we've never seen Makima like actually like shocked. We know that Makima has been alive for like forever, right? She's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. She also has like we've gone over a lot of these. Like it's
Yeah,
going to be also
yeah.
her
I want.
contracts would still work even if she's like asleep or stunned. That's not that was never
Yeah,
shown.
exactly. I want to take just a small break to say thank you for the chemist for gifting $20 on as a super chat. He said, "Go follow these amazing anime content creators, the amazingly beautiful cosplayer and co-host of the Chibi Girls podcast, Ohime Tenshi, and the phenomenal, gorgeous anime theorist Chestnut Why is double D? Tanuki. Ah, okay, yeah, I know what. Tanuki. Also, I love the gym post. Yeah." Sorry, I just said this is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lakemas. He always do it at every stream. He's amazing. Everybody,
Okay.
just go follow him as well. He's on TikTok. He's amazing. Thank you so much. But yeah, sorry, I just had to like set the super chat.
No, yeah,
Really fast.
you're okay. So here's the thing, right? Um, could Gojo win? Yes, but it is going to depend on what Makima does, basically. It's going to depend if Makima understands Gojo's mental state.
Yeah.
Because if she does, I think that she can shake him. Because as we know, as soon as you feel inferior, like as soon as you succumb to Makima, even slightly, you're under her control, right? That's like that. It's kind of what happened, where it's
Yeah.
like you'd need to shake out, and by the time Makima could just do whatever.
Yeah.
Like she.
So if honestly, since she can see in the future, she can see like like a lot of things, and um so that would be a really big disadvantage for Gojo to start with. And again, if she study Gojo's and she knows his like what is his weaknesses, she can use them against him. So it really depends. Are they going blindly inside of the fight? If so, yes, Gojo can win. But if she can study him beforehand, she's winning for sure.
Yeah. Also, I don't know where the Gojo speed feats come from. I don't think Gojo has had a considerable speed feat throughout anything. I don't think he's ever had like a speed feat that was insane in JJK to my knowledge. I know that there's been a couple like dodging feats for like Mach in JJK. I think that there was one where like Kashimo was like shown to be like light speed or could have been light speed or something, but there's not like insane speed feats. So it's not like, oh, it's a speed blitz for Gojo. He's never really showed that. Especially like in a lot of his fights. It's never been like speed feats. It's always been power feats to overpower your characters. So it's like especially it like let's say that Makima thinks that it's a battle she can't win. Couldn't she just get out of there and then you're right to the ritual? Like especially if she knows Gojo's name. It's like the Death Note, bro. Like just go to the opposite side of the world or something or just like wait.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously in a battle you're not going to have them do that, but it's like there are ways for her to get out, especially like things on the outside. If she has angel like all of her devils working on the outside or watching her, like they would be able to break the cursed domain from the outside, as we've seen with Itadori. You're able to break cursed domains from the outside, so all they would have to do is that Makima could put the control because she can see the future. So yeah.
So it's as I said, I think it really will depend on the factors, the context, and what they're coming in the battle. Like, are they like studying each other? Do they know each other? All of these things, and the mental state of each other as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a big mental state battle because of how Makima's powers work. I would say that it would take Gojo like it would take him a lot to actually beat Makima with the amount of just support she has, with the fact that he is killing actual people every time. And Gojo needs to be completely firm in his mental state. Can he actually stand up to that? Before the chapter where he got beat by Sukuna, I would have said yes, absolutely. Now, because we know that he was shaken during the entire Sukuna fight and his entire confidence was just lack. Like he was never as confident as we thought he was. Like that was that whole chapter. That's why he said like I don't even think I could have beaten him even without Maharaga, right? So Frosty, I understand that you're saying Maharaga did that, but Gojo even made this statement, which is why I hate that chapter. I don't think I could have beaten Sukuna without Maharaga.
Yeah.
Meaning that even without Maharaga, he would have been able to deal with his infinity. So no. You can go against it, right? You can have things. There are multiple things that are shown. I would say that Gojo would win, but it's an extremely high diff fight. It is not a close fight whatsoever. And I feel like if you're just saying it's a close fight, I feel like it's just biased because it's Makima. Like Makima's powers are just really good. But I think that Gojo could win with a couple if he needs to number one take out all of the devils around Makima. So it is a hard fight taking out all of them. I think he can. And I think that once he gets Makima in Infinity, he needs to like immediately like hollow purple from all angles. Like this needs to be something where it's like he catches Makima in a trap. And during this time, he needs to come to the realization where it's like, I might kill innocent people, but I need to do it regardless. And he needs to stay firm in his mental state. Can he do that? Maybe,
But
maybe.
you know what the thing is. The thing is that we have been shown that before Sukuna, of course, like Gojo's like weakness was only his like how you can shake his mental state with like either like a lot of citizens or a ghetto. So again, if he goes into the battle and still have these weaknesses, she has the upper hand because of that, because her whole persona is manipulation and control. Y'all need to understand this. So she is his weakness. She is his weakness, like alive, like
and
literally.
she can bypass infinity too.
Yeah.
With her telekinesis. So it's like it's not a one-sided battle, especially because she can bypass infinity, and we already know from Gojo's past people who can bypass his infinity, and we also saw through the fight that shakes him. If you can get around his infinity, he is shaken, and that's why he gets like that. So yeah, I would say it's extreme. It's like high diff to extreme high diff Gojo for this battle. Obviously Makima will just reincarnate afterwards, so it's like she's probably not going to be putting her all into it. Like she'll understand at some point that she'll lose, and then she'll just give up, just because that's her character. So Gojo needs to force Makima into that position. But the way that they showed it in Death Battle, completely wrong. That's not how the battle would go down. I don't know if it was just animation budget to animate that much people, because it probably was why they didn't show a lot. But I would say like high diff.
I
Extreme
think
high
I
diff.
think
Also, Gojo was definitely shaken. We see it afterwards too, where he's like, I don't think I could have beaten him. Like, so he was very very much shaken during that battle.
Yeah.
Especially with his mental state. Like he totally broke down afterwards in like the chapter and was like, I don't even think I could have beaten him. Like I was just trying my best. Like he was definitely superior towards me, and that's not good, especially for a character like Makima who can take control of you if you think you're inferior, and to people who thinks that she thinks she is inferior, and she would definitely do it. So the mental game is the big thing here, but I think Gojo could win, especially if there was like people's lives on the line. With Makima over, it's like he'd have to get over the fact he's killing people, but he'd also have to realize like Makima is more dangerous. Go ahead, Hima. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. So like I see even Debunk said that context matters for the fight. So depending on the context, I think both of them could win, depending on the context.
I agree. Yeah, it's a fight that could go either way. I feel like because a lot of people really like Gojo, they think that as a character they want him to win. But also listen, bro, this isn't taken out of context. This is just, you know what I mean. It's just how it would go. There's a lot of stuff like especially like Angel. I don't know if Gojo would be able to get past Angel. I feel like Gojo would probably die if he even touches it. So it's like he couldn't even go near Angel, and Makima could use this as basically a shield and stuff for multiple things. It's very difficult. You know what I mean? Where it's like I don't know. I haven't
I think
really
you
seen
can
like,
you can make a case for both of them. I think it's
Yeah.
really it's really doable for both of them.
Yeah, it's just
I think a lot of people also, since like people watch Jujutsu Kaisen, like even me, you know, like the last thing I watched was Jujutsu Kaisen. So like everything that I know was about Gojo. So like when I first was introduced to this, I was like, yo, Gojo for sure. But then when I made my research, I don't know if the people who are debating this made their research. I don't want to speak for them, but I made my research and I saw exactly all of her abilities, the demon's ability that she also has power over, and their hacks, all of them. And it's just like it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's literally it's incredible the power that she has, and I think that people need to like actually go research, say Makima abilities, go read everything, and the devils that she also has power on, go read their abilities, and
Yeah.
then come and debate it, and then also give us the context that you want both of them to fight.
Yeah, it really is very context dependent. Also, like I said, Angel could be used as a shield. Makima could also just be like, everything you do, like I'm killing innocent people, I'll do this and that. Like there's a lot of mental stuff that she could do. Also, even in Death Battle, they did show that Makima can bypass Gojo's infinity. Because Gojo's infinity only works on physical objects, as we see. Anything that's um cross dimensional, or like things that take other dimensions into play, or like telekinesis, like that's how Gojo was defeated anyways, because it literally cut everything on the physical plane. Like moves like that, in which they did show that Makima can do, which was the one thing that they were right about, like because the way, especially for working on like different dimensions and stuff. So like, yeah, she can bypass his infinity. The move isn't like super powerful, it's not like gonna be insane like to do. And that's probably the big thing, is that like as long as Gojo has enough cursed energy, he'll be able to withstand Makima. But the thing is that he needs to just withstand for a bit until he overpowers her. And eventually Makima will give up. So like I said, it's high def to extreme high def for Gojo, but it's not like this no diff that I feel like people are doing.
No, no
Especially when
diff
you
is
start
kind of
looking at
crazy. No,
Manga.
no diff is like disingenuous towards like both of them. Like no diff is crazy. Like as I
Also,
said,
Gojo definitely does not have infinite curse energy. He literally got me by. He like couldn't do reverse curse techniques anymore. He like couldn't do his domain expansion anymore because he was like running out of it. Like he did it too much. Like he was having an extremely hard time going against an opponent that could also regenerate and do stuff like that. I mean, like I said, I think that Gojo should have won the battle with Sukuna. I feel like like even like being cut, like he should have been able to do like a reverse curse technique, but he ran out of energy. And he also did that, like we see him run out of energy multiple times. It's not unlimited. That's the whole reason he died. I feel like we can say that because Gojo is this is what we're talking about, like manga feats, right? But yeah, it, like I said, I think it's Gojo, but I just think that people are just making it like, oh, it's so easily Gojo. It's like it takes a little bit of thinking. Um, Things are
so,
always very nuanced in anime battles.
so people keep saying that it's because he had brain damage. And by the way, like it's we have two chats. We have YouTube chats in here, so like we can't like answer everybody. So people keep saying that it's because of brain damage that he couldn't like use his curse energy by the end of it. But the thing
Yeah.
is, like, that means that she can also brain damage him.
Like the more you use reverse curse technique, the less you can actually do like your stuff. So all like I said, like the more you do it, the less you have. And then at the very end, he couldn't even like do it anymore because it takes so much energy like for it. Like you can literally like stop yourself. So it's like, especially when you're overusing certain moves against characters, like it's not like he has infinite power and can do things infinite times, or else he would have beaten Sukuna and Maharaga, which would be a very similar fight. Like he was literally facing off against a bunch of people with interesting powers and like that could go into hell and stuff. And it's like, I mean, like I don't know, bro. Like I said, I feel like people like are just really like Gojo and they just want to see him like just beat everybody. But unfortunately, Gojo is dead. So rest in peace to my boy. Um, but
yeah,
yeah,
so
like I said, high diff.
no, yeah. As I said, if she knows, if she uses his weaknesses and shake his mental state, she's winning. If she doesn't,
Yeah,
she's gonna have a hard time winning. That's
I
that's my
agree.
final take on this. So my final take is, if she uses Ghetto or the citizens to shake his mental state, she is winning because she is about controlling mental state. If she doesn't use that, I think that Gojo has the upper hand. That's
Yeah,
that's literally my final state.
yeah. I don't understand why this is so controversial. Like, this might be saying like people like people just be like saying stuff like just I would recommend go reread the manga, right? Go reread these fights, see what's happening with stuff in the manga. Like if Gojo was as strong as you guys are making him out, he would have beat Sukuna. And that's the big thing. Like he lost. Like he lost a battle. And why did he lose? Go look at these things. And when you start looking at it, like I understand you guys like Gojo. And I didn't even say he loses. All I said is that it's a higher diff battle. But this, and I feel like a lot of people like listen. If you're not gonna to read it and you're gonna like go and get super mad at this, go ahead. It really doesn't bother me. But I would say that especially when people are having these conversations, like you know, understand where they're coming from, understand looking at certain things, be like, yeah, you know, that could do that and that could do that too. I don't even think me and Hime said Makima would win. We just said that it's a higher diff battle and it's not gonna be like how they depicted it.
I get me personally. If you come here and you say that if Makima shakes his mental state, she's not winning, you don't know who Makima is and her ability are, and you're just being disingenuous at this point because literally that's her ability to control
Yeah.
people. So
Also-
me, I didn't say she would win off strength. I said she would win off her ability to control if she can control him by shaking his
Yeah.
mental state, just like Kinjaku shaked his mental state for a second. This is what I'm talking
That is-
about. No,
That is true. Like these.
if you guys don't want to
It's
admit
so
if you don't want to admit to at least that is crazy in my opinion.
It's so context dependent. Like there's a lot of stuff that can happen. And like bro, people are saying we're biased. I didn't even say that Gojo loses. I literally said he wins. But I just said it's going to be a little bit more extreme. That's why why would you purposely not not want to give everybody like all of their powers and not want to like actually go into the debate and just be like, oh well, this character just solos. I don't know. I feel like that's not fun. I feel like you really have to look at context as well. Like
Mhm.
it's going to be very interesting. It would be a really interesting battle to see for sure too.
Mhm.
Also, somebody said, "How could you say Makima and Sukuna? They are both the main villains of their respective animes, and they're both like extremely powerful, and they're both like like devils, literally devils that have been alive for like forever. Just
It-
because like the JJK world is
And
like
she doesn't die, right?
no, they like devils don't die. They just get like reincarnated. So like now she's
Yeah.
Nayuta. And Nayuta is also like just insane, bro. Like I don't even think you need to think like honestly, like the feats in Chainsaw Man Part 2 with Nayuta is kind of crazy. Because like she was just able to control somebody who didn't even think that she was inferior. And like, let's be honest, she was able to control the devil, bro. Like instantly, just like chained Asa, bro. That shit was insane. You know the war devil doesn't think that she's inferior, bro. So it's like there's just like a lot of crazy powers in Chainsaw Man. And like I say, it's all about hacks. But I never said Makima wins. I just said Gojo wins. It's just higher diff.
Yeah, it's all about like how did they come into the battle, I think. Really how the factors, the context, and do they know about each other beforehand? That's really important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, bro, if you guys are gonna get mad of an opinion saying I think this is a little bit higher diff, but they're still right. I don't know, bro. Go touch grass.
It's okay. Honestly, not everybody has to agree.
Yeah, bro. Like,
some people will disagree, and that is totally fine. Like me personally, like I can see both of the coins, of the sides of the coins. Some people like just don't see the other side, and that's totally fine. But
Yeah,
just
bro.
like I think that it would be appropriate to at least go search up Makima's abilities, go check how she uses her abilities in the anime, just before just saying no div. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I made a wrong statement. People are saying my statements are wrong. What did I say was wrong? I said that I think Makima could not be shaken by infinity. I said Gojo doesn't have like absolutely unlimited curse energy and can just use all like reverse technique all the time, which was shown, right? He can't just continuously spam it because it'll stop his dimension. Like he can't just continuously spam void or like infinite void. And then I said that a single purple void isn't going to destroy Makima. Those are the three things that I said. Were any of those wrong? Were those wrong statements?
No, I don't think so. I think that
I don't.
yeah.
I think the one was just my opinion on Makima. right? Because of how long she's been alive and how like there's a devil with very similar powers that I don't think that Makima is alluding to, Halloween Girl, right? And I brought that up and I said like if Makima is able to control like Quan Chi, and can withstand like her devils, I don't think that that's going to be an issue, right? I think that she wouldn't be as shaken or as stunned. And then we also brought up the future sight and all the other contracts and stuff, and people could be going out and doing that. I just said that Gojo can't just like spam his techniques all the time, which we saw during the Sukuna battle. And then I said that a single hollow purple isn't going to take her out because of other stuff. Those were the three statements that I said. I was like, so it's just going to be a lot harder for Gojo because he can't just do. It's not just a one shot kill, which I don't think is a big issue. Yeah,
No,
but
yeah,
I feel
no, I
like
get
people
it.
are saying like Durnight. Like durability negation does not mean power negation. It just means that if you have like a durability type thing, so like it would be like Rio, right? And so let's say you have really tough skin. Well, durability negation negates the tough skin. It doesn't negate powers. It's not like Asta's anti magic. So I feel like this is my. I mean, I feel like people think that like certain terms mean like, oh well, it would just go like Makima's power is that she can transfer like stuff, right? That's not like her durability. That's just the power that she has. Or she'll transfer the damage. So the damage is still being done, just not to her. It's very similar to if you look in One Piece, like Hawkins, right? He literally has durability he has a transfer ability where it's like even with Rio, it's not going to hurt him. It's going to hurt whoever's next to him. It's gonna hurt the people who he takes the straw out of, his friends, his crewmates. So like Rio wouldn't hurt Hawkins, it would hurt because it's a damage transfer instead. So yeah, durability and negation doesn't matter if you can transfer the damage. It's just a special power, which is why I just said it's a lot harder than people are making it out. Also, I don't like I said, that was another thing where I was like, I don't think that Gojo has like really significant speed feats that put him at like light speed or something so that Makima couldn't react. That was the one thing. I don't think that there's ever been a light speed Gojo speed feat. Has there? Like I said, I thought that Jujutsu Kaisen levels out at Mach speed. Like that was the highest thing, and it was like reaction. Or like it was a technique and then reaction. So
But again, for the people who say he needs to trap her in his domain, as soon as he do his domain expansion, she can just go teleport to hell, and she just escapes it. That's what I'm talking about. So
yeah,
there's a lot.
she
So
isn't
it's
gonna be shaken.
no, me, I'm talking about the fact that she can just transport herself to hell, literally to another planet. She can do that. But yeah,
A
so
different dimension.
yeah, in different she can do that. She can just teleport herself to a different dimension. So it's really hard. There's like fine lines where like, oh well, will this work in the Jujutsu Kaisen word, or would this word in the Chainsaw Man word? So like that's why like power scaling, like crossover power scaling is always like really icky. It's iffy. It's a bit it's hard when it comes to like hacks and crazy abilities. But again, like it was, I think it was really an interesting fight.
Yeah, it's and here I guess it's kind of the thing where it's like, oh well, whose rules will really triumph? And that's another thing with cross versus power scaling. It's like, will the rules of JJK triumph over Chainsaw Man? I don't think so. Because I feel like that's just not fair, right? So like that's a big thing. On somebody brought up verse equalization. The way that I do verse equalization is that similar techniques work in similar ways, right? Similar things will do similar structures. But if there's something that's similar that it can be broken in Chainsaw Man, I would also transfer that over to JJK. And I feel like that's the only fair way. Because in reality, like, what if nothing works on Makima because she's a devil in hell, right? Or what if like Makima can't do anything because like Gojo is just like all of his techniques work and none of hers do. So it's like that's why cross versus power scaling is so difficult, and that's why a lot of cross versus like power scaling is so close to. Like there are certain things where it's like obviously like Deku is getting smashed by Goku, right? Like it's very obvious like with some of the feats. But especially when you start doing universes that are very similar, have very similar techniques, like you got to go into a little bit more nuance. And that's my big opinion where it's like Gojo wins for sure, right? But the big thing is like, will certain techniques work?
Mm.
Will certain techniques not work? How is stuff actually going to go out? Can Makima completely shake Gojo? Especially because of the type of character she is. These are the things that I think, dude. But in my opinion, I think Gojo wins. For sure. The only reason I say high diff to extreme diff is because of that mental game. But the thing is, if we're saying, oh well, Makima won't be able to make him inferior, high diff, right? Gojo's gonna have to put some work in, but he's gonna win in the end, right? Extreme diff is if Gojo is like freaking out because he's killing all of these people and he starts going through a midlife crisis in the middle of the battle. Like that's not gonna be good. But I still think he wins regardless. So
No, I think again, and I think I will say this one last time just so people
Yeah.
know this, and this was my stance since the beginning of the conversation. If Makima knows his weaknesses, which is like, I guess like what Kinjaku used, like ghetto, or the fact that there's a lot of civilians that she's gonna kill, like if she knows his weaknesses and use them to shake his mental state, she will be able to control him because that's how her power works. And if she does, she will win. But if she doesn't do this and is not able to shake his mental state, he is winning. And I think this is the fairest way to look at the situation. And if you don't agree on that, that is totally fine. But I think this is the most fair statement about them because it's the truth.
Yeah, and it's like you got to give both people.
No, again, yes, I am making a situation, but yeah, I'm just saying that the only way for her to win is to do this. We're talking about these two characters.
Yeah, we're talking about, like,
yeah, of course,
right?
of course. As I said, if Makima doesn't know Gojo beforehand, yeah, she won't be able to use that against him. But if she knows him beforehand, like what is it? Like it depends on the rules, on the context we're talking about. That's all I'm saying. The only way she would win is to do that. If she doesn't do that, well, she's not winning. That's it.
I agree. And I think I think that there's like just a lot of nuance to these battles that a lot of people don't want to give, or like they don't want to like necessarily do it because they think it's very one sided. In my opinion, I just feel like it's funner to really go over all the possibilities. But like I said, I've already given my opinion. I'm not gonna keep repeating it because I feel like it's, you know what I mean. Like it's not fair.
Just like and Toji, just like Kenjaku knew about Gojo's weakness before going to him. It could happen. That's a context. Context, like a lot of context can exist. Not only one context where like they ignore each other. I'm just saying, and she can see, and again, she can see in the future. She can get her information. She can hear from all of the animals around her discussion that he has. She can knows his secrets from wherever he is on Earth. There's so much she can do to get this information.
That is true. Too,
that is why I'm saying you can think whatever you want about context. I'm just saying that it could work in this context.
Yeah.
That's what context is. That's what context is. Yeah. This is what the meaning of context.
So important. Because I know that versus battles. So usually, like when a versus battle, they'll say like clean slate. They go up against each other, right? But even in like, because we're specifically talking about the death battle one, right? Because that was this whole discussion, right? We're just talking about how death battle made it. For some reason, Gojo thought that she was a curse, which doesn't make any sense to me because curses are negative human emotions. Makima isn't a negative human emotion. She's just she's like, I guess you could say technically like Makima's fears incarnate, but the fears just gives you power, right? Like they're actually like beings, like real devils. So it's like how would Gojo have known that? So that doesn't really make any sense, especially when you think about it. So it's like he probably would have to be like, oh, this is your curse like thing, this is this, but then Makima could hear, and it's like, so especially if you're doing it like if you're just doing raw battle, there's nothing, they're just fighting like in an arena, right? Could Makima figure stuff out? Yeah, sure. I feel like she could. But like I said, I feel like Gojo's techniques are a little too much for her. I also think that Makima as a person, as soon as she realizes that she's gonna have to like work harder to try to do stuff, or that her mind games aren't working, she'll immediately give up. That's literally her character. It's just like, I guess I'm outmatched. And that's something that as long as Gojo understands this about her, all he has to do is basically just wait for that to happen. That's it.
And for people saying she can see in the future, she can control a devil that sees in the future. So yes, she can command him to see in the future for her.
Yeah.
By the way,
also the fact where it's like she could just like take things and like make packs.
Yeah, this like, I think it's really interesting, and it's say, it's cool.
Naruto's powers though, bro. I feel like Naruto would be a far more interesting matchup, because as soon as Naruto wants to control somebody, it seems like she can. Like she was able to control the War Devil like instantly. And like, even though Asa literally was like, "Yo, who is this little brat?" and like immediately got controlled. So that I feel like would be a much better battle. Where it's like as soon as we start seeing like Nayuta and like how her powers work, because I think that she's like an improved control devil. Because she's just able to kind of do whatever. To the
Yeah.
point where like she was able to control another devil of the same caliber who did not think that she was inferior. Like she didn't even know who she was. She was just like, "Who's this little girl?" and immediately got controlled. And they didn't even know that she was the control devil. So I feel like that would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think people know anyways about Nayuta that much because you need to be like up to date in the chainsawman manga. But yeah. Anyways, it was again, it was really interesting. It would have been super boring if it was really negative. The fact that this has been super interesting is because people think that both are strong. If it was negative, it wouldn't be that popular.
Yeah, nobody would care if it was
exactly.
super one-sided.
exactly. Yeah, but I think we talked enough about this subject. And again, I wanna reiterate that like I hope that everybody will be respectful, that everybody can have a different opinion, and you guys don't need to become agitated about fictional things. Okay, guys, let's all be adults and respect everybody's opinion. Thank you so much. All right, so
Let's move on.
yeah, let's move on. All right. Perfect. So now, now we're gonna talk about Greenbull.
Yes, we could talk about Greenbull.
So I don't know about y'all. If you have seen the latest episodes of One Piece, this is not a spoiler. This is in the last episode of One Piece. We have seen how Greenbull looked like, and his design, his face, everything about him. And a lot of people are not very happy about his design, and they have been actually hating on him on Twitter. I think, like, I'm pretty sure everywhere, but like this is where I'm seeing it the most, on Twitter. People have been so like hateful towards him. They have been saying that, oh, he looks so ugly. The admiral all ugly, and they were like trying to change his mouth to another like mouth to be like, oh, his aura changes here. Or like sometimes, or somebody even said that the name of an animator, I think you have the name of that animator, saying that
Shida.
Yeah, Shida, this animator is able to make everybody looks good, but if even with this animator Greenbull looks ugly, that means that motherfucker is ugly.
I swear he may. Look at you getting demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah, so it was really, it was so funny to see. Like I was like, honestly, like yeah, he doesn't have the prettiest face, but like I think that people are really like exaggerating. I don't know what do you think?
Greenbull height is crazy in my opinion. I feel like people don't. Number one, people hate on him because of like his character, but they don't understand that like there are certain characters that are made to hate on. Like you're supposed to not like certain people. Like you're not supposed to agree with Greenbull, right? But that's what makes him like a good character. Also, his design is fine. I feel like people just want like conventionally attractive people, and that's just...
all the time. Yeah, I mean, listen, when you think about it, when you zoom in on like people like Doflamingo or Ace, when you zoom in on their face, I'm gonna be honest, they're not attractive. They're attractive from far and from the aura and whatever they're wearing. So like the faces on in One Piece, like not like there's maybe Zoro Sanji, like people like that. Yeah, they're really attractive. But like the others, most of them, like when you zoom on their face, they're not that attractive. So there's that. But personally, what I loved about Greenbull is his devil fruit more than anything. Personally, his devil fruit is really really interesting. And I cannot wait to learn more about it. But
the Logia Forest Devil Fruit I think is really interesting. I remember when a lot of people thought that it was like the Forest God Devil Fruit, and I was like, no, I'm pretty sure this is just a Logia. I totally called that. Very easy.
Yeah.
And all of the admirals, like especially all of the OG admirals had Logias. The only admiral that doesn't have a Logia Devil Fruit is Fujitora, and that's because he stands out. Which is why it makes sense that he has a Logia. Yeah. The Forest Logia is very interesting. It has a really cool power to it. He's a cool character. I think his ideology is very interesting for the world of One Piece because we don't really see a person other than like a Kainu who's like so into the world government. So it's cool. I like it. I don't understand why people are hating so much on Greenbull.
Yeah, okay, but there's a lot of people I've seen online, they're like, oh, this man is pushing 44 and is acting like a man child. I think that a lot of people are hating on that because like he's like really acting childish for a 44-year-old man, which is the only thing that I agree to. I was like, yeah, for sure he looks a bit immature for whatever he's doing, whatever he did the last episode. But like still I think that the hate is kind of crazy. And I feel like it's because right now there's a big separation in the community of like admirals and Yonko fans, and like a lot of people just want to find anything to hate on, you know? They're like oh my god, the admirals like are getting like a shit design. Let's just hate on them, like, you know. So I think that because of like the latest chapters, people like just find it easier to hate, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I also feel like a lot of people want to hate on the admirals because they're like the bad guys of One Piece. Um, and it's like I understand to a degree, but also like you want your main villains to like have some oomph to it. Like especially
Yeah.
with like some of the latest chapters, like I feel like people have just like stopped reading for like agendas. And I feel like people are gonna do this with like the next episode, which like very spoiler alert, I guess, for the next episode of One Piece. But Greenbull does like understands that not only is there one Yonko and his whole crew on the island, but then a second Yonko crew.
Yeah, he
He's
gets
like, nah,
kind of humbled, but at the same time, it's just like it's the reality, and he's not stupid, you know?
yeah, like I feel like that's not like everybody's always like, oh, he was so scared. It's like, no, bro, he's one person on the island, and there are two Yonko crews. There's no way that he's going against them. And also,
Yeah.
he just had to be. The anime also made it to like King was like a way more injured, too. Where it's like, okay, like I understand because they're trying to build it up, and I can already tell, bro. When Shanks makes it onto the screen, they're just going to embarrass this man because they love Shanks.
Yeah, I feel bad for like I'm not even an Admiral fan, by the way. I am nowhere near an Admiral fan, but I feel bad for Admiral fans because y'all need to fight for your lives every day. And
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
mean,
there's a lot of bias. Like, for you to think that the admirals cannot be strong enough to like beat Yonkos, it's just you being like biased, and it's just bad story, anyways. Writing like Oda would never do that. Like, it's just bad
Yeah.
writing. Like what's the use of the Marines? You know, you guys need to
Yeah.
understand that. Yo, Akainu can take on he's Yonko level, bro. Like, if you think he's not, there's an issue.
Even like, and I think that actually took out the one statement that Greenbull made where he was like, if I lost to you two, I wouldn't be able to keep my rank, meaning that admirals are definitely in between that Yonko and first commander level. Now, are they as strong as Shanks? I think that Akainu is. I don't think that the others are up to
Yeah,
that level
Akainu
yet.
at least, yeah.
But they're all like around that level in strength. Especially like with like later chapters. Like, and I don't want to spoil too much, but I know that a lot of people are like slandering the admirals recently. And like when you go
Yeah.
through the story and you're like, well, what about this? And what about this? And everybody's like, oh well, that doesn't matter. And it's like, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
No, you know what? I just think like people really like there's just so much like in their like in their separate fandom, which is like Yonkos and Admiral, that they cannot conceive of like coexisting with one another.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's not fun if the story is super one-sided.
Exactly, it's
Like,
not. It's not.
and that's my big thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, well, Oda doesn't care about the power scaling in One Piece, right?" And it's like I know people.
Oh my god, I read something crazy. But go ahead.
Oh, but I was gonna say like power scaling is important to the story because it's part of the writing, right? Like, yeah, power scaling can be fun for like these cross-verse things that don't matter, but like when you're looking at a story, if the power scaling makes no sense and characters are just stronger than like everybody else, like the story loses meaning. And I feel like a lot of people, because they like hate the word power scaling, they don't really see it like that. And it's like, no, like if an author doesn't care about like the power system and the power scaling of his manga, that's not a good thing. Like that's a very bad thing. Characters can't just win because of the story's sake for the plot to go on. Like you need to make it realistic. There's something called like a suspension of disbelief, and if that's broken consistently, it leads to a worse story.
Yeah.
So and Oda doesn't do that. He definitely does care about it. The only arc where it's like the power scaling is a little off is Marineford, which has like the worst power scaling in the series, where it's like people just all of a sudden win. But like imagine if Luffy beat Kuma in Sabayoti. That would have been awful. It wouldn't have made any
Yeah,
sense.
and by the way, for anybody who's saying that Luffy can just beat Akainu, like Luffy unfortunately doesn't have the stamina for this at the moment with his Gear 5 to be able to go against Akainu. Just like he just like, you know, like against Kizaru, and he already lost his stamina. So imagine against the Fleet Admiral. And again, I want to say something about somebody who said that Akainu is having a hard time with Kuma right now. No, no, no. Akainu is purposely not killing Kuma. He let him go. Literally, he said on the panel, if you look at the panel, he was being empathetic towards him. He was feeling bad toward Kuma.
really-
This was the first time that you see Akainu actually having a heart. And you're like,
Yeah.
damn. Like, and I think that Oda is playing a lot on the Admiral's emotions and their sense of justice lately, because they showed Akainu having a moment of weakness, and they showed now Kizaru also having many moments
Yeah.
of weaknesses in the latest chapters. So I think that Oda is trying to make us understand that, oh, the Marines are getting shaken like emotionally at the moment.
Yeah. Also, people who are saying that Luffy was playing around with Kizaru, I'm sorry, but that just didn't happen. The way that Gear 5 is, he's obviously going to be laughing and doing that. Luffy, even in Gear 4 Snakeman, could not touch Kizaru. Kizaru completely speed blitzed Luffy, which I feel like a lot of people just completely forget. Like, the reason he had to go into Gear 5 is because he could not damage Kizaru without Gear 5.
Yeah.
Then Luffy used a ton. I mean, they were fighting forever. He was literally like, he threw Kizaru, and then Kizaru literally just went right back. And Luffy was like, oh my gosh. And then Luffy and him have been fighting, and then both of them are tired. So it's like they're very relative. Like, it's not like, oh, Luffy is just playing around. He's not working hard. It's like he literally is panting as he says, like, good. That I want to stop you. I want you to do this. And Kizaru's like, oh, you're really annoying. Like, I'm trying to do something else right now. And like Luffy is like having trouble trying to hold Kizaru back.
And also Kizaru is not KO'd. Like, he's on the ground and he is still conscious. And he
Yeah,
can
and
he
Luffy
will
is
and he will get up at some point. So like he's still alive. Let's not forget about that. And so Jack said something really important. He said Luffy is still new to his power, still in the learning process. Akainu have experience and is really skilled. He knows much more than Luffy. That is still new on Pearl of the Sea. So yeah, of course, like Luffy is still getting used to his Gear 5, and he still like doesn't have it. You guys remember when he was using Gear 3rd, and like he would like shrink? Like, it's the same thing. I think that it's the same thing right now. He's still not used to Gear 5, so like he gets in that state after like using it, and with time his stamina will go up, you know.
and that's the big thing. It's like it's just a big learning curve where it's like you gotta wait for stuff to kind of go. Like, if Luffy just like understood Gear 5 and was just able to use it unlimitedly, what's the point of watching the story? That's
yeah, but that's the thing, because people want to make the main character top of the verse even before the story ends. No, there's a reason why he is getting stronger chapter by chapter, because that's how a good story is told. Like, he's not supposed to be top 1 since the beginning. It's unless it's Saitama, but we're not in the same verse.
Also, for people saying, like, everybody keeps saying, oh, well, Luffy wasn't doing anything. Luffy was just trying to hold him back. It's like, yeah, he was trying to hold him back by continuously trying to beat him and get him away. And we saw that there were damage to him. And, like, Kizaru was not trying to beat Luffy. He was trying to take out Vegapunk. And Luffy was specifically trying to beat Kizaru. So it wasn't like Luffy wasn't trying. Like, come on, guys. Like, they are very close to each other. They're very relative. And that makes sense because the Yonko and Admirals are relative. Now, Shanks, I think, is stronger and could beat Kizaru, right? But especially like they're not first commander level, right? Because literally, like, we even see in the manga during Marineford, like Ben Beckman has his gun up to Kizaru, and Kizaru's like, oh, like, and it's different in the anime. In the anime, they make the admirals seem weaker than they are. Especially with a couple scenes from Whitebeard, they have like some anime only scenes that I feel like a lot of people like to hold on. But in the manga, like, Akainu was beating the hell out of Whitebeard. Took off half of his face, bro. Like, which we'll never see in the anime, unfortunately, because they changed it to like his beard. But like, the admirals are strong, and they should be, because they're like they're the villains of the story. And it's like, yeah, they should be equivalent to the fact where like Luffy is gassed, Kizaru is still awake but he's down, showing that they're pretty equal to each other. Will Luffy get back up? Yes, I think so. You know what I mean? Like, they're both down for right now, but they're both gonna get back up. But we'll see. I don't even think Kizaru's gonna fight Luffy again. I think that Kizaru has other stuff to deal with. But for the Greenbull hate too, like, there was nothing wrong with that scene. I feel like people just don't like the admiral.
Yeah, but also and some of them also just don't like his face. Like, he was roasted on his face, but like, I feel like there's way uglier people than him in the One Piece verse. People are just like, targeting him because he's in the Marines. But
also, we have to remember that when Luffy repumped up his heart again after the Kaido fight, right? Like, in the middle of it, like, he was also out for a whole week afterwards. Like, he was completely knocked out after. You can't be doing that in the middle of stuff like this. Imagine if Luffy did that and then he lost to Saturn and then he's completely gassed for a week and he's
Yeah.
completely knocked out.
Somebody even said Luffy ain't even in Kaido level still, and this is something that I keep on saying. It is completely true because Kaido was weakened when Luffy went into his Gear 5, and when Luffy went into his Gear 5, he got back all of his health and everything. That is why he was able to to just like fight Kaido. If Kaido was there like since the beginning, just against Luffy, Luffy would run out of stamina before beating Kaido. Kaido has just more durability. It's the case, unfortunately.
Yeah, if it was fresh Gear 5 and fresh Kaido right off
Oh
the bat,
yeah, impossible.
Kaido is taking that every time.
Yeah. Unless by the end of the series, Luffy, like, you know, like his stamina gets better and he controls Gear 5 better. Like, that's why we need to give Luffy time to become stronger.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I feel like that's it. The admirals I feel like are really overhated for no reason.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think ever since Marineford, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy. But yeah, so on to our next subject. So I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, I think this is like the biggest thing between fandoms. They compare how popular and good an anime a manga is by like manga views. So I've seen a lot of people like fake manga views. Like, for example, I've seen like, I don't know if you've seen like the Boruto versus One Piece manga views where like they said that Boruto like surpassed, but like it was fake after all. That was funny. I was, even if it was true, like it's manga views don't mean shit. They don't mean anything. I think that what matters is like manga sales, not views. You know, but that's just me. What do you think?
So my big thing is that, especially with the Manga Plus stuff, like I feel like it's not very accurate. Especially like what if somebody is going and reading a page and getting off and getting back on? You know what I mean? Like if they don't finish the chapters, what if it's like people like is it the same person? Is it all different people? Do you need a Manga Plus account to do it? Like how is it actually doing it? We don't actually know the metrics for it. There's also the fact that it doesn't take like a total aggregate. Or what chapters are actually being read too. That's another thing. Like it doesn't go chapter by chapter. Like what if somebody is just reading Boruto right now and they have 50 chapters under the belt? Do all 50 of those go towards the total for that week? We don't know. And that's the big thing. It's like you never really know what's happening. Like, what if somebody who's a big Boruto fan rereads it all the time? Like, is that going to go? Or One Piece, right? Like, what if somebody is starting to read One Piece? Obviously, the One Piece value is going to be high if there's like 10 or 20 people rereading One Piece. Like, and they're reading it every single day for like a week and trying to catch up. Like, that's like hundreds and thousands of chapters.
Yeah, and
how are they counting that?
And the thing is, sometimes there's like a break week, so of course like one of them will have more views than the other, so it's really a hard like it's not, I don't think it's a good metric to like see which one is like better or anything, because sometimes people will revisit chapters to like make theories, or sometimes they will visit chapters of a manga they hate to be able to debunk it. It doesn't mean that they liked it, like, you know, the like. So I think we should look at manga sales. I think that's the best thing, because that's like, you wouldn't buy something you hate.
That is true. I feel like especially with like manga sales, like a lot of people are like, well, a lot of people read digitally. And I would agree that a lot of people read stuff digitally. Like I read all of my manga digitally. But there's also the fact that not everything is on the same site. Some people still use illegal sites to get their stuff, especially with early scans. Some people do not read the official. I read on Shonen Jump. Like I have a Shonen Jump subscription, right? So does that count with the Manga Plus? It doesn't. And Shonen Jump doesn't have that. So it's like trying to take these aggregates from sites and like where they have like site views and they don't really show you how they're counting them or from what period they're coming from. I just feel like it's a little like, oh well, this one has a bigger number and therefore it's more popular. I don't agree. I feel like every time I see that I cringe a little bit inside, and I'm like, I feel like we should just like enjoy stuff, like and stop trying to worry about like, popularity, because like
100%, because like, oh, what's up, Goofy? Goofy's in the chat. What's up? So because like I find that really like, you know, I was feeling bad for like the Boruto fandom when they had to like fake this picture, because me, if I was a Boruto fan, which I'm unfortunately not, I would be just proud of my manga. I would be like, oh, it doesn't need to have as much views as yours. It still is good. You know, like you should just be proud of it. So just the same way that like somebody who loves Dandadan, Kaiju 8, all of these amazing manga, underrated, amazing manga, are not faking numbers just to show that their manga is good. Like this
Yeah.
this is very like this just screams insecurity, and I think we should all stop doing this. And even if like one day another manga like has more views than One Piece, I will be like, congrats, good job. Like
Yeah.
I won't be like, oh, but mine is better because for like 5 years straight it was number one. Like, no, come on, bro.
Yeah, like, and also like let's be honest, a lot of people don't even read One Piece on these. Like they'll read the early scans, and I doubt a lot of people are reading it on Manga Plus, like the majority, right? So it's like I would assume this for like Boruto as well has this, Kagura Bachi as well has this,
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen,
So, okay.
Chainsaw Man I've seen it started to have scans somewhere. So it's like, what if the majority of Boruto fans read on Shonen Jump?
Yeah,
So
and
that's not going to translate over, right? So it's like,
and now when you
to
think
me,
about
to
it,
me those numbers don't matter.
yeah, and right now when you think about it, it's really disingenuous to all of the other mangas who have been there for a while. How, like, for example, Kagura Bachi is like number 2. Like, would that make your manga, your long time manga, like would that make Jujutsu Kaisen not as good as Kagura Bachi, who has like maybe just 3 or 4 chapter out? Would that make Jujutsu Kaisen worse just because they were crowned at number 2? Like, yes, Kagura Bachi is really good, but like it's not because like it got number 2 of most viewed that it's better than the ones that are underneath him. Like, we shouldn't take that into account on which one is better. It's just like sometimes the popularity, like it's just like it was super popular that week, you know?
And this goes the same for One Piece. And this also goes the same for YouTube views, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but YouTube views are very weirdly counted. You could watch a YouTube video like 7 times, right? And it could count all 7, or you could watch it 50 times and it counts it once. That's not a good metric, right? It should be like technically 1 view per person, but that's usually not the case, right? So like people who are saying, oh, well, this One Piece song from Otto, it has more views than the best fight in Boruto. It's like, bro, who cares? It's a YouTube clip. If some like why are we judging something based off of like a music video? And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this thing of Boruto and Kawaki peeing has more views than this One Piece thing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
But because
it don't matter.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they're YouTube views, bro. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other.
Yeah.
It just means that
It's just
like, you know,
good promoting,
people
good
wanted to watch
marketing.
that scene.
Good promoting,
Yeah.
good marketing, and good like retweet, reshare. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
there's also the fact that some things are shown in some country, like in every country. So like Boruto is able to be shown in every country, where One Piece isn't. One Piece actually has issues with, and it's not being able to be shown in some countries. But they don't do breakdown by views by country, right?
Yeah.
It's all in aggregate. So it's like
Yeah.
to me that stuff doesn't make any sense because
Yeah.
there's no way to validate it.
Yeah, and again, it's the same thing with like anything else in life. Songs, there's songs that like just get super popular, but we all know they're not that good, you know. So like we shouldn't look at these type of metrics.
Yeah,
And I'm saying this
agree.
as a One Piece fan, which like most of the time these metrics works in out my benefits. I am saying
Which is
this
true.
in an unbiased like place right now towards you
No,
guys.
Hime, we're like super biased, bro. We're like the most biased people ever because we have opinions, bro. How dare we?
Yeah.
Let people be active, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like
hey, guys,
like this
we
is
should
the
look-
most
we should all look
unbiased
at this.
thing we've ever said, because if anything, we could use the metrics because 99% of the time One Piece always have the best metrics. I could
Yeah.
use that, but right now I'm telling you to not use that, even if this benefits me.
I think what's funny is that a lot of people, like, I think that the constant comparisons of like, oh, my thing is better than this, my thing is better than this, has rotted anime fans' brains.
Yeah.
So my big thing, it's like, I think that things like cross-verse scaling and stuff and like power scaling is really fun. You know what I mean? When it's not toxic. And I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people get so toxic about
Yeah.
it because they think that if a character wins, very similar. Like there were a lot of people in the chat who were getting like, you know what I mean? Like they were getting really mad, and it's like we weren't even talking about One Piece. We were just like, you know, saying, oh yeah, I just think that this is a little bit closer, and it's because it's like, oh well, you're saying Chainsaw Man is better, and that was the thing. Even though, you know what I mean?
Yo,
And I feel like a lot of people think that
we had a full stream where I was defending Chainsaw Man and where she was defending Jujutsu Kaisen. No, where she was defending Chainsaw Man, and I was defending just
JJK.
yeah. So like I feel like and I feel like and we could have made it the opposite because we just wanted to have the opposition, and you guys would have thought yeah, it's just you know so like it would have been so boring if we would have come here and be like, yeah, Gojo Nick like, no, come on, bro, like it's more fun if we
like, it's not...
put like some like little spice in it and say like, oh, what if this, what if that, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the big thing, is that so many people would rather just oh well, I like this series better, and therefore this is it. Or it's like I just feel like that's not interesting. Like, and people will say, "Oh, I'm biased to One Piece," and it's like,
Oh.
I mean, I guess you can say that for certain topics, right?
Yeah.
One Piece was not my first anime. I've watched multiple animes. I will say that there are things in Fate, in like the Fate series, that I like much better than One Piece.
Yeah.
For
Like,
sure. And I've said this on multiple occasions where it's like I think that there are animes that are better than One Piece. One Piece is just my favorite series because especially like manga, it's my favorite manga.
yeah,
because
me
it's
too.
just very
Manga
fun and
wise,
interesting.
yes. Manga wise too.
Yeah, but like nobody like but here's the thing that and I'll just finish my point really quickly. A lot of people will take things like comparisons too far. And instead of having a debate like, "Oh, what about this writing technique versus this or this character versus this?" People just get so upset because they think that you're
Yeah.
trashing on their show.
So
And it's because there's a
mhm.
lot of toxic people. But in my opinion, have these conversations because they're fun.
Yeah.
Don't let people just because they're being
Exa-
weird do that.
Exactly, like Clinton said, a lot of people get upset about their favorite being potentially disrespected, which is fair, but it's taken too far. So I completely agree with you. And in this, not even like between like anime, sometimes in the same anime, like people sometimes like they rep so much a character that they cannot conceive this character not being like top of the verse, and they start speculating and they don't go over like and it gets really toxic. Like what you like is not supposed to be like who you like is not supposed to be the strongest, and what you like is not supposed to be the best conventionally in like the society we exist
Yeah.
in. Like it's not supposed to. Like for me, like if you look at my top 10 best anime, there's a lot of these anime, they're not best anime in the world. They're the best for me that I personally liked, I related to, I felt really good watching. That's why they're the best for me. But writing wise, character wise, like all wise, like they're probably really not that good compared to other anime. And people should have the same mentality when it comes to like whatever they like and not take it too personal. Because when you
Yeah.
think personal, it just shows me that unfortunately you are way too deep into this fictional world and you have wrapped your personality around it. So if we insult anything that has to do with that personal character or that anime, you will take it personally because you don't have your own persona and personality yourself. So this is really dangerous, and people should like disassociate. You know, you
I
are
agree.
your own person. I'm not insulting
That
you. I am talking about this thing, not you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why so many people, that's why Death Battle is so interesting. Why so many people have such passionate disagreements about it, but also why people get so upset because I feel like a lot of people will attach themselves to certain characters. And instead of being like, "Oh, I like this character," it's like, "This is my entire thing. If you don't agree with me on something, then you're wrong." And it's funny because there are so many people who will be like, "Oh, well, if you don't agree with me, you're totally wrong and therefore I don't like you anymore," which is like, you know, to heirs to be human, you know what I mean? Like to have disagreements is to be human.
Yeah.
Like me and Hime don't agree on everything. Like we have
No.
different, like it's like me and Hime will have like a philosophical debate and we disagree vehemently, but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my god, El Hime" all the time because
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
disagree with
Or
her.
like you're delusional. You have your takes are bad. Like we're not gonna like come on.
Yeah. The thing is you could disagree with somebody on every single thing and still think they have something interesting to say because it's a different perspective. But
Yeah.
most anime fans don't care about that, in all
Yeah.
honesty. Um
Exactly. Yeah.
it just be like that. But at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna like you know what I mean. Like I'll kid around a little bit with people. Like I'll be like, oh, you know, like if especially if people get too mad at your anime opinions, like guys, if you guys say something like just be like, yo, go touch grass. It's not that deep. It's a cartoon. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's a cartoon. Like it is not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the writer himself don't take it that seriously. Like, come
Oh
on.
yeah, bro. Like they do not care.
Yeah.
You think like Gege is gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe somebody thinks Makima's gonna win. He's gonna be like, who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna be like, who's Death Battle?
No, no, exactly. Literally. But yeah, if we're done, let's go to the next subject. I don't know if you heard about the leaked Naruto animation.
Yeah, there was a so there's gonna be like new Naruto animations. And there are a couple things that were supposedly leaked. They have like screenshots and stuff. Seems like it'll be very interesting, but in all honesty, I don't know if this is going to be like super hype. Just because I wish they would have done like a. My big thing about the Naruto reanimations is that I wish if they did like a what if series for Naruto. I feel like that would have been so much better than just reanimating scenes.
I want to say, the chemist with the 5. He says, "How's it going?" Well, thank you so much, the chemist. You're the sweetest. But yeah, but honestly, me, I didn't even know that they were reanimating until like I spoke to you, like you spoke to me about it. So I was really surprised, and in my head, the best thing could have been like a story about like a character, like wait, who's do we know what it's gonna be about? First of all,
Yeah, so the Naruto reanimations are just gonna be reanimating like popular episodes of Naruto.
yo, I
So they're
would.
just gonna pick like the best stuff and
I mean,
reanimate it. That's why a what if series would have been so bad. Like
yeah,
what if Naruto joined the
yeah,
Akatsuki,
yo,
bro? Imagine a
yo.
what if Naruto joined the Akatsuki
Yeah,
episode.
that would have been really cool. Honestly, I would have or not even what if, like just like the perspective of somebody else in the story. Like what they went through in the story. Like a
Yeah.
popular character or something like that. That would be really, really cool. I would have loved that. But listen, it might be super cool for the reanimation of the battles, but I just feel like at this point, like, people already saw it and it just like, I don't know. I would have loved something new.
Yeah, I think that in my opinion, I think what would have been cool if they animated the Hidden Rain village going
Mm,
through their examinations where it's like they were all like murking each other. That would have been very cool. I would have loved to see maybe even a little bit more from Pain's perspective and like what is it, Nagato, and like
yeah.
that stuff, or like honestly, like give
Yo,
us one of the
yo,
Itachi stuff, bro. Give
Yo,
us
yo,
some Itachi,
the
bro.
chemist, he said, what if Itachi didn't slaughter his clan? And then Mary Senpai said, I
Bro,
want to see Hashirama as MCO. That would be so, like that would have been,
Hashirama as MC,
I would have loved that, yo, like,
yo,
I'm pretty sure the demand is here. I don't know why they wouldn't do it.
y'all don't understand. Hashirama is like one of my favorite characters in anime, bro.
I
Like
love him too.
Hashirama is that guy. I
I love
remember
him
like I
too.
was I was one of the only people like arguing like because there was this thing Hashirama versus Goldie Roger. I argued for Hashirama, bro. I was like Hashirama Senju could heal himself without weaving a single hand sign. I'm like Madara level glazing when it comes to Hashirama, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Yo, Toby, you didn't miss much. We were just talking about the Naruto reanimation. But yeah, no, I would have loved these like story, and I'm pretty sure that like at some point when Boruto ends, I don't know if there's gonna be another sequel, but I doubt. If Boruto ends, maybe he's gonna maybe start thinking of like doing these like like novels, but like animate them maybe. That would
So they
really
have a
be
couple.
nice. Yeah.
So they actually did animate the Sasuke one with the
Hmm.
Velociraptors.
Yeah.
Um, they did that. I feel like there needs to be more. They just did the Minato one.
Yeah.
We have a full story. Give it to us.
Yeah, that would be really
Yeah,
cool if
the
they animate them. Like,
Minato
like,
or Hashirama. Yeah, the
yeah.
DDP was crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be honest, bro. Yeah, but like Hashirama, your fave, bro. I'm sorry, Hashirama
I
Senju
love
is.
Hashira. Yo, I think. Wait, I just want to make sure.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, no,
Like,
honestly, yeah, Hashirama would have been like just amazing.
yo, look at this. What if? What if Obito trained Team 7 and Kakashi joined the Akatsuki? These are the things we need, bro.
Yo,
Imagine a what if Naruto series. That would have been so much better. Thank you so much. That would have been so much better than the
yeah, I
animations, bro.
completely agree. Honestly, like, you know what? You know what's crazy is that I'm pretty sure everybody agrees on that. Like everybody, I
Yeah,
feel like
bro.
everybody would want something a bit more new, fresh. Like I don't know. Like, do you think like the author just doesn't care, or like would he take into account what people want, or maybe people in
Well,
Japan don't want that?
here's the thing. It's being done by Studio Pierrot, right? So Studio Pierrot wants to have the Naruto reanimations because number one, it's like one of their biggest IPs, right? Like Naruto and Bleach are like their biggest IPs at the moment. Studio Pierrot has done like a couple other like pretty good animes, but like those are obviously the two biggest. But when we're really looking,
Oh,
have you been
your
working
camera.
out?
Wait, your camera just left this.
Did I? No, I'm still in here.
It shows me here that you.
Oh, well, I'm
What?
still in the thing. I don't know, but I'll just keep talking until you figure that out. But listen, right? The the
Uh,
the
you're
Naruto
here.
the Naruto
Perfect.
reanimations, bro, would have been insane if they would have done stuff we didn't see. And I think that it's such a missed opportunity. Imagine like if Obito never became evil and we got like 2 or 3 episodes, like the Marvel What If series, but for Naruto, bro. If
Hmm.
imagine if Hashirama wasn't born, or like if Hashirama wasn't born until like this, or like if Hashirama lost to Madara, right? Like if even like we don't even get a lot about like the second Hokage either. Man, what's his name again?
Yo,
The
wait.
the only thing I'm thinking of is racist. That's the only thing that comes to mind.
No, I love. Okay. Okay, Toby Rama. I want to say something. Toby Rama has always been like he's like my Shanks of like of like the Naruto verse.
Naruto verse.
Like you know when I put like who I sim for inside of my video, I put Toby Rama, and somebody said like you slided Toby Rama in this. You're crazy. Yo,
Bro, listen.
I think he looks so
Imagine,
good.
imagine his bro. Imagine like a series based on him. We have like nothing about what happened during that period.
I love Toby Rama,
Imagine,
bro.
bro.
Toby
I
Rama is
feel like-
daddy. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, bro. Like it could have been. It could have been so much. The Naruto reanimations could have been so much, and yet I feel like they're just gonna fall flat. Not like fall flat in the way like nobody's gonna watch them. Obviously, like we're gonna watch them and enjoy them, but I feel like it also takes away from some of the original animation that was done by animation legends from the original series. Like, it's just like I feel like this is a waste opportunity. If we're bringing back the OG Naruto, bring us something new and fresh. You know what I mean? Like, bring us stuff
Yeah.
that we really want to see. Because I don't want to
But
see
they
the
did-
Pain fight reanimated.
but
Like, I
the-
don't want to see like
yeah.
Naruto versus Sasuke reanimated. Like,
And they could
we've
do
already seen that.
And they could do just a vote saying like, oh, which story would you want to see animated? Like they could literally do a
That would
vote.
have been crazy.
Yeah, Tobirama is the one who actually set up the Shinobi world.
This is what I was.
That's
This
what
is
makes
what I was saying, bro. Imagine a Toby Rama series, bro.
That would be
Imagine,
crazy.
and we see him, and we see how he sets up the Uchiha police force, bro. And
Yeah.
we see like what's actually going on and what he thinks. Would be the absolute coolest thing that Naruto ever did.
Yeah, I
bro.
would love that.
Like the Naruto world, in my opinion, has so much to give with world building, but they never really expand upon the world building of it.
Yeah.
They never really go into these different characters. This would be like the perfect opportunity to give us like different characters and stuff. Be so good.
I completely agree. Completely.
But I mean, they're gonna be good regardless. The animation is going to be peak, so we'll just wait and see what's up. But yeah, still a little disappointed we didn't get like something super cool.
So, I feel like we already graced on that subject. Like, it was regarding your video of scaling from Marineford.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like we already went
that.
over that. But otherwise, I think that was mostly all of the subjects I wanted to touch on. These are like the anime news that I've seen on Twitter. Oh, I want to say something. Like this is something that I got to know yesterday about. Apparently, and I'm not spoiling anything. Apparently, the newest chapter is amazing. That even leakers don't want to leak it. Like I saw this on Twitter regarding the One Piece 1096. Apparently, that even the leakers don't even want to leak it, and a lot of people are making video about this, and I am so excited. I just want to say I don't know anything about it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't seen the leaks, but yo, like when you hear stuff like that, I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to read this chapter. I'm telling you, if oh, what's up, Cruz? Hello. If the French or Arabic translation comes first, I am translating that like I am reading that. I'm not waiting for the English one. I don't care. This is gonna be so good.
I'm gonna have Hime translate in real time. We're gonna figure out a way to stream it.
Yeah.
And like so I don't get like taken down by like Sueisha, bro.
Yeah.
I'll,
Oh my god.
Take, like,
yeah.
An AI like I know they have like digital AI coloring things. I think I'm gonna like go through all of the panels, like digitally AI color them. Have Hime go through, translate every single thing, and I'll type it in. And at the very end, I'll just show all of the distorted panels so I don't get copyright struck.
Yeah, that would be so lit. Oh my god, I'm telling you,
if
it just
they come out first, they might not. There might not be any leaks.
They might not be any leaks. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. But like, there's always like sometimes like we'll see. It's just like people are hyping it up, but I am scared that people hype it up way too much, and it's just like, we'll see. Well, I hope. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good because it's gonna be about God Valley. We'll see.
But yeah, I guess we might want to do like a separate Twitter segment because these are all podcasts that are on YouTube too, right? So we'll probably do like a Twitter segment eventually too, where we have like we'll have the show like super segmented and stuff so that things can happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it then, right, Himi?
Yes. So So I'm going to close this up. Thank you everybody for coming in and watching us and everything. And thank you for the people who were not like who were super respectful and understood that everybody has a different opinion at the beginning of the stream. Um and for anybody who always like comes up. I see you guys in the YouTube chat as well and on the TikTok chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you again for all of the super chat and for liking the video and the stream. So I'm gonna let Chestnut. Go ahead.
There's so Mike is in here and he's saying, Aaron, yo, actually,
Oh!
AOT coming out soon, bro.
True.
That's just gonna be hype.
Yeah,
That's
and
gonna be
we're
insane to
gonna
have, too.
we're gonna be talking about that for a while when that
Yeah.
happens. And listen, Mappa just never
I
like
love-
deceives me. Like I'm telling you.
Mappa's always right, bro.
Like the last AOT episode made me like an AOT fan just because of that like 1 hour thing. Like it was just
Yeah,
so
that,
good.
that was insane. That was amazing. I'm in love with the villainess, bro. We've been watching that. It's
we've
amazing.
been watching that. Oh my god, it's so sad.
But
Anyways,
yeah,
but
like,
anyway.
listen, yeah, I know we're Hime's trying to end this. AOT content will be coming soon. We might do
Yes.
an entire live talking about it. There might be a video on the way about that on my channel too. So look out for that when it's about to drop. Just a little tidbit. But yeah, that's it.
So again, thank you, and Chestnut, tell them where they can find you.
Everywhere. Just type in my name on any social media platform. You'll find me.
Yes. And so yeah, so thank you guys again, and I hope you have a nice day.
All right. Thanks, guys. Peace, peace.